Some people are calling Rob Cole's performance one of the smoothest and most heartfelt covers they've heard on The Voice so far. But at the same time, others are saying it didn't deserve a block and felt a bit overhyped. That's where the debate begins. Sometimes on The Voice, one unexpected moment can set the entire fandom buzzing, and that's exactly what happened. When Rob Cole stepped onto the stage to perform Chris Stapleton's Soulful Joy of My Life, the performance itself was powerful, raw, and emotional. But what really lit up the internet was Michael Bublé's bold block on Reba, paired with the surprising fact that not all the coaches turned their chairs, even though Rob's voice seemed like a four-chair moment waiting to happen. Fans have been split between admiration for Rob's talent, shock over the coaches' choices, and excitement about what this means for the rest of the season. And honestly, once you dive into these reactions, it's clear that this blind audition wasn't just another performance. It's a moment that's going to be talked about for a while. Stick around.
Because some fans are praising Rob like he's the next country rock star,
while others are wondering why the coaches didn't all slam their buttons. And wait until you hear what people are saying about Bublé's strategic move against Reba before we dive into what fans are saying. If you enjoy these deep dives into public reactions, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and tell us your thoughts in the comments, because trust me, this one's going to spark a debate. Let's talk about the moment that everyone noticed, Michael Bublé hitting that block button on Reba. Some viewers immediately called it a huge W for Bublé, saying that snagging Rob early on might turn out to be one of the smartest moves of the season. A few even joked that Bublé looked way too happy about it, almost like he had been waiting to pull this off. Others saw it as a statement. As one person expressed, Bublé clearly sees talent in Rob and wasn't willing to risk letting him go to Team Reba. Some pointed out that this wasn't just about blocking for fun, it was about strategy. Bublé knows Reba has a strong country base, and a soulful country rock voice like Rob's would have been a perfect fit for her team. Of course, not everyone was thrilled. A few fans admitted they felt a little bad for Reba. Watching her face as that block light flashed was priceless. Some even called it cold but brilliant, and that's what made it so dramatic. It wasn't a random block. It was a targeted, calculated move that completely shifted the dynamic of the audition. But the block wasn't the only thing people were talking about. In fact, one of the biggest surprises online has been that not all the coaches turned for Rob's performance. Many expressed genuine shock, saying things like, "Wow, I'm surprised the other two didn't turn," and "This sounded like a four-chair performance." A lot of fans expected all four coaches to turn within seconds of hearing that gritty, warm tone. Some pointed out that his style, a blend of country and southern rock, is exactly the kind of voice that usually gets massive reactions. Others felt that maybe the coaches were being strategic, waiting for later in the season to build their teams. There were also more analytical takes. A few fans suggested that Rob's delivery was very personal and internal, and that while it was emotionally beautiful, maybe it didn't have the kind of show-stopping moment that forces all chairs to turn. One viewer described it perfectly. It felt like he was singing to someone, not performing for the crowd, and that's what made it so good. Beyond the strategy and surprises, the overwhelming tone in the comment section is pure admiration for Rob's voice. Fans called it incredible, amazing, chills-inducing, and the kind of voice I'd buy an album of. One person said they could listen to him all day, while others praised his gruff, soulful tone that carries both strength and vulnerability. Some felt that Rob has a unique blend of warmth and grit, comparing his style to classic country icons while still sounding modern. A few mentioned that covering a Chris Stapleton song is no easy task, but Rob pulled it off with authenticity, making the song feel personal rather than just a copy. One fan put it beautifully. On guitar, great sound, felt good in his range and kept this very internal, personal. You could tell he was singing about someone. Nice gruff in his vocal too. That emotional connection wasn't lost on viewers. Several expressed that his performance gave them goosebumps, and a few even said it brought them close to tears, not because it was flashy, but because it felt real. Interestingly, a lot of fans didn't just focus on the vocals, they also talked about Rob as a person. People noticed the support from Carson Daly, the presence of Rob's adorable daughter, and the genuine love from his family. Someone mentioned He's the luckiest guy in the world with the beautiful family he has. He's one good man. Others talked about his backstory, mentioning that he had been on the show before but didn't get a chair turn. Now seeing him return stronger made fans root for him even more. One person said, "Wow, he's a dark horse. He can go very far." Another compared him to past underdogs who ended up surprising everyone as the season progressed. This underdog with heart narrative resonated with a lot of people. Fans love seeing someone talented, humble, and family-oriented getting a second chance. It made the performance not just vocally strong, but emotionally layered. As the conversation grew, more fans started weighing in on whether Bublé's block was fair play or foul move. Some viewers found it hilarious and low-key iconic. They pointed out that Michael looked like he had been waiting all season for this moment. A few even joked that he might have practiced the timing in rehearsals just to make sure Reba didn't stand a chance. Others defended the strategy. They argued that in The Voice, blocking isn't personal, it's tactical. Rob's sound fits perfectly with Reba's country lane, and if Michael genuinely believed in Rob's potential, blocking was the smartest way to build a competitive team, but not everyone agreed. A section of the audience felt that the block added unnecessary drama to what was otherwise a pure, soulful performance. One person described it as cold but clever, while another said they were torn between cheering for Michael and feeling bad for Reba's reaction. This mix of admiration, shock, and debate is exactly why this moment stood out. It wasn't just about The Voice, it was about gameplay, and viewers love when those two collide. Another thread of conversation centered around the song choice. Fans with a keen ear immediately recognized that Joy of My Life is originally a John Fogerty song, famously covered by Chris Stapleton. Many felt that this was a brilliant choice for Rob. Covering Stapleton is notoriously difficult. You need both range and soul. Rob's rendition balanced respect for the original with his own flavor, something fans deeply appreciated. A few viewers highlighted how his guitar playing added a raw, intimate feel to the performance. It wasn't just him singing, it was him telling a story through every note. Some even said it felt like watching someone perform in a cozy hometown bar rather than on a massive TV stage. And that's exactly what made it stand out. This level of musical insight from the audience shows just how engaged viewers were with his performance. It wasn't surface-level hype. People were paying attention to the craft. Of course, not every reaction was glowing, and that's part of what makes public opinion videos interesting. Some viewers were honest, saying the performance was good but not mind-blowing. One person mentioned that compared to some past auditions, this one felt more subtle than explosive, which may explain why not all chairs turned. Another light critique was about the prop guitar. Someone wondered why he brought it if he wasn't going to fully lean into it. A few questioned whether he'll be able to step out of his comfort zone in later rounds or if he'll stick to the same vibe. But even among critiques, most agreed that Rob has something special. As one viewer put it, he may not have given us fireworks today, but he gave us soul, and that's what lasts. One of the most inspiring themes in the reactions is Rob's journey. Longtime viewers remembered his previous season, when he didn't get a single chair turn. Now, watching him come back stronger and more confident made many fans rally behind him as the dark horse of the competition. Some said he reminds them of past contestants who quietly built momentum week after week, eventually surprising everyone. This underdog energy, combined with his humility and family support, has made him one of the most relatable contestants early in the season. People love rooting for someone who's not just talented but also genuine. At the end of the day, Rob Cole's audition gave fans a lot to talk about, not just because of his voice, but because of everything surrounding it. Michael Bublé's strategic block on Reba ignited debate about tactics versus talent. The unexpected lack of 4 chair turns left many scratching their heads. His raw vocals, song choice, and personal journey struck a chord with thousands, and the mix of praise, analysis, and critique turned this performance into one of the most discussed auditions so far this season. Whether you see Rob as a future frontrunner or a dark horse still finding his spotlight, one thing's clear: he's captured people's attention. Do you think Michael Bublé made the right move by blocking Reba? Should more coaches have turned for Rob's performance? And do you see him going all the way this season? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, like this video if you enjoyed the breakdown, and make sure to subscribe for more deep dives into the biggest moments on The Voice, because if this audition is any sign, This season is going to be full of surprises.